The Badger is back, but this time he's playing the purple-yellow pudding leader. If you can look past the third eye and still stand, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Card Konbini.
Hey everyone, welcome back to some Kenny Badger gameplay, and we got something special for you all today. Kenny Badger has been learning the Charlotte Pudding. In the OP11 meta, Charlotte Pudding has gotten a lot more support, mainly with this 8-drop category. So pretty much what this card does is that, it's a blocker, 8-drop blocker, but it also can re-rest itself or like restand itself, and like another big mom part. So you play it out and it can restand itself, which is very, very strong. In addition to that, we got a nice blocker over here as well. Charlotte Anana is just like a blocker. And then we have Charlotte Brûlée, which also helps out Charlotte Pudding. For those that don't know how Charlotte Pudding plays, it's a purple-yellow leader, which ramps Dawn. If played correctly, you could have 10 Dawn on turn 4, going first. Right? You'll have like 2 Dawn, you have 1 Dawn, and then you have 3 Dawn on turn 2, and then you'll have like 6 Dawn on turn 3, and then in turn 4 you'll have 10 Dawn. If played correctly, that's how your ramping goes. You can quickly outpace your opponent. And this deck is yellow as well, so you can see we have the categories here, and then the Zeus here, or Zeus here, which helps us sort of control the board, right? How we want to play first is, we always want to make sure we go first if we can. Going first is really good, our Charlotte Pudding. And then we're going to attack, we're going to use the leader ability, flip of our 2 cards face up, ramp a Dawn, and then next turn, on opponent's turn, we do want to take that first hit so we can, take that card into our life, and then play out this 6-drop category here, which flips the top card of our life back to face down, and then re-ramps our Dawn as well. Alright, so here's the set list. We'll probably go over it real quick here. We have the category from 08. This is just like, like Ray Juice or the mini brothers here, where it's a small category, and then you grow them up to a big category, right? And we do have a lot of category options here. We have the 6-drop category, which helps us ramp Dawn. We have the 8-drop category, which is a pretty good removal. And we have the other 8-drop category, which is a blocker. Next, we have our Charlotte Lin, right? From OP08, the 9 mom. This character, actually pretty strong. It's like the 10 mom, but not as strong. You have to -1 Dawn and trash a card, but you also heal yourself, and then you get to remove anything from your opponent's side, which is pretty good. We have the Charlotte Anana, which is just a situational blocker, 1-drop blocker, pretty useful, come clutch. We have our blocker category from our OP11 set. This is a really strong card, the ability to restand itself. We have the Charlotte Brûlée, and this card is mainly just used to, re-ramp our Dawn, right? You play it out, it's 3 cost on turn 2, you ramp a Dawn, it's great. We also have the new OP11 Charlotte Pudding Searcher, which makes this deck so much more consistent, right? Because this card lets you look up any big mom and you put it to your hand. We have the Charlotte Champlain here, or Charlotte Flampe here. It's just, we don't really use too much, it's a 2-hit counter. We have the Sanji here. So the problem with this deck is that it does have a lot of problems where, you're sort of not drawing enough cards. So Sanji is here to, if you need to, you play it out as a blocker, and then you draw 2 cards, trash 1. So it helps you cycle your hand, pretty good. We have the original OP03 Charlotte Pudding, very nice. It's just a searcher, but it also searches up Sanji as well, which is why we have this blocker Sanji. Next we have the 10 mom. 10 mom is like a busted card. You play it out, trash your opponent's life, you gain a life. So strong. It's a 12k hitter too. Of course, Charlotte category. This guy is, you know what it does, right? You just remove a cost back to life. And most of the time, it's you sort of play it where it's like, hey, I don't want this guy in the field anymore. Let's just toss it to the back of the opponent's life. Veggie, it's just a 2k, but his ability is just really good where, if you get hit in life, you can stop one of your opponent's cards from attacking. So always have some veggies in your yellow card deck. Zeus or Zeus here, pretty much KOs, right? Pretty much KOs. And this comes in handy because it also takes the top card or the bottom card of your life to your hand, which you can sort of choose like how you want to like take cards from your life to your hand. And then we have just a 0-cost counter here. And this is pretty good just because majority of the time we're going to have 0 Dawn open anyways. We're playing. Cool. Right, Koby's waiting for see who to start. And alright, cool. So this is our hand to begin with. Looking at this hand, pretty good, right? Because we are going second. No, actually they're going second. We are going first. So we have the ability to play out a Charlotte Pudding Searcher or a Charlotte Anana to be a blocker. So we're going to keep this hand because we do get the Searcher, and we do like the Searcher starting in our hand. Alright, we do a search and we do find the 6-drop Katakuri. The 6-drop Katakuri is key. It will be our third turn 3 move that will help us ramp. So on his turn, he plays out the Ripper, just a blocker. Pretty good. Looking at our hand here, we do have the mini Katakuri, we have the Brule, which helps us ramp. So it's like we have the 6-drop Katakuri to help us ramp. We also have the 3-drop Brule to help us ramp. Pretty good. And then he plays his card out on his turn 2, doesn't really do anything. So now we have here, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna swing with Pudding. We're gonna swing with Pudding. Use the leader ability, ramp 1 Dawn. Right, now we top 2 cards of our deck. And then next we're gonna do is use our Brule, right, to grab the top card of our deck into our hand, and then also ramp 1 more Dawn. So in this turn, we ramp from 3 Dawn to 5 Dawn, which is very, very good. And then we use our last, sorry, last counter, our last Dawn to play out a Charlotte Anana for a blocker. Right there on our second turn, we're at 5 Dawn, going into 7 Dawn next turn. Very, very good. Alright, 5 into face here. So we could take this, right? However, we don't want to take this card hit, alright, right into our life, just because we want to enable our Charlotte Katakuri, right? If we don't flip the top card of our deck, of our life face down, we won't be able to ramp that Dawn next, this coming turn. I'm thinking about giving him a blocker, but I think ultimately I just give him a counter over here. Give him the mini Katakuri. He doesn't have any more attacks on us, right? His Ripper can't attack. His Kusan was just played. And we're going into turn 3 with 7 Dawn up. And we're just going to go ahead and play out the Katakuri in our hand, the 6-drop. Flip our Dawn down. And then we'll swing at life with Charlotte Pudding to re-ramp again. Yep. So now we're at 8 Dawn here with 2 active Dawn. We're gonna attach it all to Pudding. Do we attach it to Pudding? I don't think we do. I think we actually just swing 5, and then we do 2 into Brule and swing 6. Trying to get more cards out of his hand, or at least try to make him use that Ripper blocker. He takes the first hit. And then he also takes this hit as well. No, he counters out. Okay, cool. He doesn't use the blocker. That's no problem. We're going to end our turn here. So going to next turn, we're going to turn 4 with 10 Dawn. And we probably just play out our Charlotte Linen, right? Turn 4, Big Mom. Sounds like a good deal. Alright, and he summons out his Helmeppo into his Koby. And with the Koby ability here, he can attack active characters. So, swings to Katakuri, we're going to just use our blocker. Let him take that, no problem. Five new Brule. I think I'll let that go. No worry to keep him. And right now, I still just want him to attack my life. I want to keep my Katakuri alive. I want to make him attack my life so I can, get resources from my life. 6 into life, I will take that, no problem. Alright, here we have 10 Dawn, and what do we do here, right? We could play out the Katakuri and remove some of his cards, or we play out the Big Mom. And it's very nice to have a Big Mom on the field. I do take a minute to decide what the best move would be here. Right, play the Lin, trash his life, and gain a life. And then try to tackle his board. trash life. Putting him in a 1 turn clock right here, or more like a 1 life clock. He also has a blocker. 5 into the Kuzan. Want to address his board. Want to make him use his blocker. Takes his time to think about it. Can he save this? Will he use his blocker? Will he just use counter? He just have a lot of cards in his hand. 6 cards in his hand. And the Katakuri goes into the into Kuzan as well. Does he drop 2 or he uses blocker? He actually just takes this for some reason. What tells me he doesn't have either too many counters in his hand, or he's like fine with letting that Kuzan go. Alright, he summons out the 7-drop Koby. Koby into my Katakuri. Can I save him? I think I do try to save him here. Oh, I just let him go. Okay, no worries there. Yeah. Seven came to life. No problem. I take that hit. Oh yeah. So the reason why I let the Katakuri go is because I want him to attack life, so I can use my resources for my life. But if I kept the Katakuri alive, I feared that he was going to swing into him again. Alright, it's turn 4 right now. We are at like 10 Dawn. He is at what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Dawn or so. Get another 10 Mom. He's at 0 life right now. 0 life. We swing 5. We swing 5 into the Koby. Just because the Koby has this weird effect where he gets negative 3,000 on our turn. So swing into that. Use our card action again, might as well. Just see what we have in our life. We have a Flampe and a Nana, no problem. And I'm just gonna hit the Charlotte Lilin in. We can use that blocker. Yup. And we end turn here. And we're pretty much sitting chilling, right? He has 1, 2, 3 attacks potentially. We have 1, 2 life, and we have a lot of counter in our hand. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5k counter in our hand, plus an event card. Potentially up to 8k counter there, so we should be able to survive this turn. They do play out the Hibari. That kills us our Charlotte Lilin. Cool, no problem. And it has 1 attack into life. I definitely just take that one, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Helmeppo comes in as well. Do some 7k. We can counter this out. Give him like a Capone and a Sanji or Katakuri, that's fine. And then he has a 7k swing coming in. 8k swing coming in, which is fine. We'll just take that last life. Oh, it actually goes ahead and hits Charlotte Pudding, which is okay, that's fine. And then he concedes. No worries there. So we're gonna pause the video here. Yeah, he concedes there because he could have swung into life, right? I could have take that hit here, and then next turn we would have won the game right there, right? He had no more lives there. Charlotte Lilin goes in, eats the blocker, and I do a 15k swing for game. That would have been it there. Alternatively, we could have played like the Katakuri, return the doll to the life, do a 7k swing in, and then do a 12k swing in for game 2. But yeah, we had 2 attacks coming in, 1 blocker. There's no way he would have survived that. But yeah, that's the secret Kenny pudding matchup here. Been practicing pudding a little bit more fun, a lot more brain power, but a little bit different than our normal Nami plays here. And I want to try something different, but pudding is very, very fun. And we love pudding. Pudding is hot. Yep, so we're going to the Usopp leader here, Dressel's Usopp leader. And looking at our hand, it's pretty good. We have 2 searchers and our Brule, which is good enough to keep this hand, right? Because our Brule is going to help us ramp. Our searchers, we can play on our first turn to look for our big mobs. Ideally, what we're looking for is any lines or tools that we can to either help us stay alive until we can play our big mobs, or like our 8-drop Katakuris, our blockers, something like that to help us, get the tools that we need. And this deck having, 8 searchers is very, very strong. Very, very consistent. Alright, so we draw into our 8-drop Katakuri. That's very good. We'll save that in our pocket for later. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and swing 5. use our card action Rampadon, right? And then we're gonna play out our Charlotte Brûlée with the 3 Don that we have on our bench. And then we're also gonna play out our Katakuri. So in this turn, we also just ramped 1 Don from our leader, and we're gonna ramp 1 Don from our Brûlée. Alright, game 1 active Don. And then I have a choice between playing the Pudding or the Anana. I just chose to play the Anana because I'd rather just have a blocker in the field. 5-drop coming in. Do I take this? I think I do take this just because I want to have the Katakuri ready. And also, by having our face down life cards, I can use my leader ability again. So here I am, my late game is set up right. We have removal, we have a blocker, we have our 10 mom. And he plays out the Frankie, a 4-drop blocker. Cool. So what I'm thinking here, like I could play out the Zeus, right? Grab a life, kill that Frankie. That might be the move here. But we'll see, we'll see. Counting my Don here. What can I play? I can do like a 6 swing. And we have 5 Don left. We don't have enough Don, because we're at 7 Don right now. We don't have enough Don to like play our big hitters. But that's fine. We're going to go ahead and swing Brûlée. He takes that. Looking here, we have 4 Don. If we play out the Pudding, so we do play the Pudding. And looking at this here, we're probably just gonna grab, I think, the Charlotte Katakuri here, right? Or Big Mom. We don't really want to grab the Brûlée. Oh, actually, we do grab the Brûlée here. Probably because we grabbed it for counter or so. As we don't have too much counter in our hand. Alright, we'll do a 7k swing into that. We ramp our Don. We have 3 Don left. And I guess we play out the Brûlée here, and we just keep re-ramping. Yeah, alright. Yeah, that's the game plan there. Yeah, we grab the Brûlée, we keep re-ramping, and we also play out the Pudding as well. And we keep searching. And we do get the 9 mom here. Do we get the 9 mom? No, we don't. I think we get the Anana? Oh, okay, we do get the 9 mom. Perfect. Alright, they get a Cavendish. That's fine. Cavendish can attack characters first, so he swings to our Brûlée. That's okay. Yeah, and we're playing very, very risky. We're already down to 1 life. It's like turn 3, and majority of it is just us, taking the lives for ourselves. 5 cost here. We're gonna definitely counter this out. We don't want to go down to 0 life. We're gonna go ahead and drive the Daifuku. And this Dressrosa deck has so many blockers. It's sort of like annoying. It's super annoying with all the amount of blockers we have here. And now we did hit 10 Don on turn 4. So we're just gonna, I think we play out the Big Mom here, right? Or do we play Katakuri? I think we play out the Big Mom here. 9 Mom? Play out something. Debating on what to play. The Big Mom comes out. Getting a life, we trash a life. So we're just sitting and chilling here. We're gonna swing 5. Yes, we did hit 10 Don. I think that the best choice that we had was to play the 10 Mom there. Just so, we keep the tempo going, right? And we can save our Katakuri, we save our Charlotte Linlin for removal that we need later. Because the Big Mom grants us a life, trashes a life. But Katakuri can bottom deck or, put the card to the bottom of the life. And so can our Charlotte Linlin. 9 drop. Alright, so they play out the Rebecca to get their Kyros, and then bounce back our Charlotte Nana blocker. And that's alright. And then they can swing with the Cavendish, and then they can also swing with the Usopp here. And we do have an OK amount of counters in our hand. We have our Zeus, we have our Capone Veggie, and we also have our 0 event counter. Yep, as he's working through it, the Zoro KOs our Brule, and the Kyros bounces our Nana. We can speed this up here just a little bit, just because the opponent takes a little bit longer to play out his cards. Yep, bounces to Nana, that's fine. And then now he starts swinging. Give him a 2k Veggie, that's fine. Alright, and his board is pretty scary right now, right? We have 2 live, we have a Big Mom on the field, and then they also have a lot of board presence. So they can swing wide and get through our life very fast. So I'm thinking here what the best move would be, right? Like we could play our Katakuri, we could like play out the Zeus to KO something. Our Katakuri can bottom deck the Kyros, can bottom deck the Rebecca. I think we ultimately choose to actually play out our Katakuri here. And then we can play our Pudding and then our Nana for our Searcher. Yeah, so Charlotte Linlin goes into the Cavendish. He drops the Pudding for some reason. I think that's because he wants to go under like 5 cards to use his leader ability. So he lets that go. I do want to get rid of that Cavendish just because it helps him cycle his cards in his hand. And we swing 6 into the Zoro. They do counter out. They save it. And looking at this now, we have 9 Don. We can go for the Charlotte Linlin play if we wanted to, or we can go for a Katakuri blocker, which we do. And then we also play out the Nana, so we have 2 blockers on the field. And we also restand our Big Mom. Now the opponent turn, he has a pretty scary board, right? He has a Zoro, a Kyros, and he has an Usopp leader that can attack us. Fortunately for us, I don't think there's any like rushers in the Usopp deck here, which is good. But he has 3 attacks coming in, potentially 4 with, yeah, potentially 4 there. So looking at this, 6k coming in, I think that's probably just a free blocker. So I go ahead and do Katakuri block, that's okay. He did play out everything, he has no more Don to go with. And I will drop that 1k to save that life. 6k coming in, we'll drop the Zeus, or Zeus. And 9k we'll take that one. Cool, and we get a Big Mom, that's great. We do like seeing our Big Moms. Alright, and he's very annoying because he has 2 blockers on the field, so we need to swing twice before we can break through into killing his like stronger characters. Thinking about doing this Katakuri here, we'll play out the Katakuri and then we just bottom deck the Kyros. Leaving us 2 Don to work with here. And we can just go ahead and swing into the characters, try to take out their blockers, right? 12k into the 6, 8k into the 4. Yep, and then we attach 2 Don to our Charlotte Pudding, and then we're gonna swing into. We're gonna swing into the Rebecca or the Zoro here. I think we're gonna do one of those. Or 7 came to Rebecca, and he lets that go, which is fine. And we can restand using our Katakuri. All right. Go ahead and speed things up just a little bit. Yeah, we're sitting pretty right now. Their board isn't too threatening, just because they have like a 6 cost and a 5 cost. We have an 8k blocker, and we have an additional life as well. So we should be able to survive this hit, depending, as long as he doesn't, go too wide. And what he plays out is very scary, which is the 7-drop Monkey D. Luffy. And this card can attack active characters. So 10k into my 8. I cannot let this Katakuri die. If this Katakuri dies, my entire like core of my deck is just destroyed. So I will go ahead and play our 0 cost, right? Our 0 cost counter and drop our 9 Mom just to save our Katakuri. He restands it. And it swings again. And I'm like, oh right, I have this 1-drop blocker here that's just sort of chilling. And I let him go. Alright, so 5k into me. I just go ahead and take that one there. And 6k into me. Here, I could have just blocked, right? Saved that card in my hand. I forgot I had the blocker there. But that's fine. Could have saved the 2k counter. Yeah, so now we're going to go 8 into 7. The blocker eats it. 8 into 7 again. He counters out. And I'm thinking, how do I get rid of this guy? But I'm like, okay, he can't, it's not going to restand next round, right? Sure, I should be fine. So we're going to do 7 into it, or 12 into it with our Big Mom. Eat the blocker. And then put the Big Mom out. Re-ramp our life. And we're going to have 3k in our hand as counter. So we're sitting, you know, pretty scary right now, right? Like we're not in too great of a spot. Our board is crazy, but we're at like 2 lives. Like we get hit once, we're pretty much dead. Yeah, the blunder over there, I could have had another 2k in my hand, just sort of sitting and chilling, feeling more comfy if I did remember to have to block, but I did not. But that's okay. So 9k comes in, Katakuri, and then we gotta save a Katakuri here. So looking at this, no rushers, right? He could definitely just swing again with the Usopp. And then, I didn't know this before, but this Monkey D. Luffy could actually restand itself. And my trigger was really good. I look at that trigger, granted us 1 more life, and that life sort of just saved the game here for us. Right, otherwise he could have restand, swung back in, and we just lost there. Now it is frozen. And he plays out a Bartolomeo blocker. And I'm like, wow, this deck has so many blockers. It's so annoying. Just keep recycling them. Alright, so in our hand, nothing to really play, right? We have a 1-drop Anana that we could play. So all we need is 1 drop, 1 Dawn left over. So I'm going to do 8 into the 6. He lets that go. I'm going to do 9 into the 7. Okay, 11 into the 7 here. I think he takes the blocker. Yep. 9 into, 12 into life. Just trying to burn all his blockers here. And then also another 12 into life. Takes that. So looking at this here, right? We could pause here a little bit. I'm thinking, I could swing with this Katakuri, right? I could attach 11 and swing and take that last life. But I'm just thinking maybe, you know, if he plays out that Kyros again, it's going to bounce back like the blocker that I'm going to play, Dainana. And I'm going to be in like a bad spot. But hindsight looking back, I probably just should have swung here. Either force the blocker, give him that Kyros. It didn't really matter. And the reason why it doesn't matter is because you can see here, he's just going to play Rebecca out, get out another Kyros from his hand. Yep, Rebecca comes out, Kyros comes out, which comes out a Cavendish as well. So 7 Dawn, he gets out Kyros and a Cavendish here. And then the Kyros bounces back my Anana, and now he has a Bartolomeo he can swing with and an Usopp he can swing with. And I have only 1 blocker. So the swing's 5. Ideally, I think he should have just swung 7, right? Or like 5. I guess 5 and 6 is like the only 2 moves he can swing. But yeah, did not want to give him that Kyros in life. Behind it, looking back, maybe I should have just forced that blocker out. So he takes a minute to sort of decide what he wants to do here. It takes like 30 seconds, maybe a minute, maybe longer. But it's okay, we're at 2x speed. And plays out another Bartolomeo blocker. Like, oh my gosh, dude, I killed like 20 of these guys already. All right, cool. So no problem here, right? We have, let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks, and he has 3 lives. Let's see how we can math this out to win, right? So I'm gonna do I'm just gonna set up everything, right? To make it math easier for me. I'm gonna make sure we have so much Dawn, right? So we're gonna do 9 in. That's either 2 cards from his hand, or I say 3 cards from his hand, or he sacrifices a blocker. He just takes it, cool. We'll do another 9 in. A blocker or 3 cards from his hand. Blocks it up. And then we're gonna do an 11k in, right? And then that's the game right here. So we're gonna pause the video. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna swing the 11k in afterwards, right? He can block it or he could take it and lose the game. So if he blocks this one, we have a 12k in and a potentially a 14k in. And looking at his hand here, he has a Toy Soldier, a Leo, and Rebecca, which is about 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4k counter there, right? And there's no way he can survive that. But this was a super long battle against the Dressrosa Usopp here. And he has so many blockers that came out, but we sort of inched our way through. Alright, and it is going to be against a green Jinbe. The myth, the man, the Jinbe. So looking at our hand here, let's go ahead and rewind a little bit. And our speed is currently right now at 1. That's fine. Look at our hand here, right? So our hand, we do get 1 searcher, and then we have our veggies and then our 2Ks, right? But this is not an ideal hand because, like I said earlier, we sort of want the 6 cost Katakuri, we want like a searcher, or we want to have the Brule. So we're gonna mulligan this. See if we get something better. And look at that, way better, right? Our early game is set. So we have our Brule to help us ramp. We have our 2 searchers, and then we also have a blocker as well. The Charlotte Anana blocker, very, very good. It's a low drop blocker. What they have that. We're gonna see if he's gonna mulligan. Speeding up the video a little bit. Alright, and he does choose a mulligan. And now it's our turn here. We're gonna go ahead and play out a searcher. So we play out the purple searcher here just because on the sim, the Charlotte Anana doesn't actually work with the yellow pudding searcher for some reason. Not too sure why, but you know, on the sim that's why. So we're gonna do the Charlotte pudding first. But either or would work. On turn 2, we're gonna go ahead and swing in, ramp our Dawn, and then we're gonna play out the Charlotte Brule. And what's great is that when we swing in and we ramp our Dawn or Charlotte Brule, it becomes active. So we essentially have 4 Dawn to work with this turn. The Brule comes out. We use we get a life, we ramp our Dawn. Now we're able to play a searcher, and we need to find our second Big Mom. Alright, so let's pause there and just do like a recap here, right? So what happened on this turn is that we swung in with our pudding, we flipped 2 of our lives face up, ramped, arrested Dawn. Now we have 4 Dawn with 1 rested. We used the 3 Dawn here to play our Charlotte Brule, grabbing the top card of life that we just saw, which was a pudding. And then we're also able to ramp an active Dawn. And with that active Dawn, we played this pudding out. Alright, which is pretty good. Alright, alternatively, if we didn't have the Brule here, we could just, either swing with 8 or play something else. Look at his turn now. He has 4 Dawn. He plays out the Shirahoshi. Doesn't have too many attacks that he can swing in, right? He has 3 Dawn up. You can swing 5 and 5 if you wanted to. Swings at 7. Looking at this here, we could counter out, but I think we just end up taking it. Because we have to give out 3 cards in our hand. We just take that, no worries. And looking at this now, right? Because we did take that, next turn we can swing in again and we can re-ramp again with our leader. Yep, we did a pudding into the 0 cost. That's fine. We're currently at 7 Dawn, so we can't play any of our big guys right now. We do a searcher. We're just going to go ahead and grab Katakuri. 6 drop Katakuri works for us because now we can do our 5k swing in, right? So right here we grab the 6 cost Katakuri because it's sort of on curve for us, right? We're gonna go ahead and do a 5k swing with our leader, flip our 2 life face up, ramp 1 rested Dawn. We still have 6 Dawn to work with, which lets us play out this Katakuri on curve, which ramps us to 9 Dawn next turn. We just have 1 more active Dawn that comes in because Katakuri that we swing another 5 with. And pudding is very, very fun because there are all these combos that you can do, right? Like the Katakuri into the Brule into the Charlotte, or Brule into the Nana blocker. A lot of combinations, which is why this deck is very, very fun to play. And like that, on like turn 3, we have 8 Dawn. We have a 7 drop on board. Very nice. They swing a 5k in. I don't want to take that, so I'll drop the baby Katakuri. The baby Katakuri is very useful late game, not useful early game, because it's based off your opponent's Dawn. And your Katakuris are going to be like 8 drops, so until your opponent has 8 Dawn, we won't be able to sort of play them effectively. Swings 5 and 5. We're just going to go ahead and counter out with that. Alright, here. So now we have 3 Big Moms in our life. We're just going to go ahead and just start playing out Big Moms here. 5 into that, or 2 into that, 2 into that. No problem. I swing 7 at life. He takes it. 5 at life. He counters out. We're just going to play Big Mom. Nope, get a life, trash a life. Cool. Yeah, so right now we got 3 Big Moms ready. We're just going to start chaining Big Moms here. Jinbe pops out. Cool, no problem. You can attack characters 5 costs or less with the character rush. 5 into 7. I think we just sort of let that go, right? Nope. Okay, we save it. With the Brule go, no worries there. And then Veggie blocker comes out. Cool. Alright, and look at this here. We have 2 attacks, right? Our Big Mom, our Katakuri, and then our leader as well. We're going to do 7 in. See if he wants to block that. He does. Do a 5 in. Might as well use our ramp, see what we're getting next. Ideally we don't want to do that, but it's just because it's giving our opponent our information. But, you know, we ramped anyways, it's fine. And then we play out our Big Mom, getting a life, trashing their lives. And now they're sitting in a bad position, right? We have 4 lives, a stacked board, while they have 1 life. They do play the Vanderdecken, and he is able to KO our Big Mom. And then he's attaching some Dawn, looking for some swings in. 7 to 7, I think we just let that go. Because we have another Big Mom, and it's probably be game next round. And then 9 to our life, that's fine, we take it. We have a lot of life to spare. The Jinbe restands. Alright, so here we go, right? Look at this, he has 1 life here, no blockers. So we could just like swing, and that'd be game for us here. Right, we do like a 12k swing in, 15k swing in, and that's probably a game because he has no blockers. Alternatively, we could play the Charlotte Lin and then do a 12k, 5k in. So let's see what we do. Do a 5 in. See if it counters out. He takes it, and then we just do a 22k swing in now. Double check again for no blockers. Boom, just like that. Cool. Alright, we're gonna pause here. And it looks like his hand here was just 3 Zoros and then the Shishigi just got from life. So no matter what, we had the game in the bag here. Yeah, pretty much we ramped so hard so fast that he couldn't catch up, right? He couldn't build up that field presence there. Couldn't like character rush us down. Like by the time like he had the Jinbe out, right? We already had a Big Mom on the field. We had like 7k on the field, alright? We were able to summon 2 Big Moms already. But yeah, this is the pudding deck. I really like it a lot. There's a lot of combos in it. Pretty good. Let me know if you guys like more pudding gameplay. Happy to put out some more VODs of this, but I'm having a lot of fun playing OP11 pudding into the meta right now. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.